If you've ever packed your adventure bike for a trip and thought to yourself, this feels a little bit heavier than it should, you certainly are not alone. Knowing what to pack and how to pack can be a bit of a challenge to start with. So in this video, I'm going to show you what you should take, what you shouldn't, and the best ways to keep your bike light, balanced, and much easier to manage when out on the trails. Let's get into this one. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Josh, and this channel is all about motorcycle adventure. The bikes, the gear, reviews, the adventures, and tips and tricks videos just like this one. So if any of that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join the two-wheel adventure crew. I'd love for you to stick around. Now let's get into this video. Now before we talk about gear, there's a few key rules to follow when you're packing for your adventures. Rule number one, every item must earn its place. If you can't clearly explain why you're bringing something with you, then it probably shouldn't be coming along. Rule number two, weight affects confidence. Packing more items and adding extra weight doesn't just make your bike heavier, it makes it harder to balance, harder to stop, and harder to pick up as well. And rule number three, pack for likely problems, not every problem. You're not preparing for the apocalypse here, you're preparing for common issues. Make sure you know your bike's common issues and your abilities, and pack accordingly. And just remember that adventure riding gets easier when your bike feels lighter. Now before you can start packing everything and the kitchen sink as well, you'll firstly need a luggage system. There are basically two avenues you can go down for luggage carrying, but I would say for any off-road adventuring, there really is only one option. You can choose between hard luggage or soft luggage. Now the hard luggage or hard panniers are great for storage capacity and great for a long touring trip, but for getting off-road, these just aren't a good option. They are heavier, easily damaged in the event of a drop, and they take up much more space and get in the way when you're trying to move around the bike. The smarter choice in my opinion is to go for some soft luggage. Now soft luggage is going to be lighter, more forgiving in a fall or a drop, and you'll have less of a risk of getting your legs trapped around all of your luggage. Now depending on what brand of luggage system you choose, it can be an expensive outlay initially. But I believe you get what you pay for with all of the soft luggage, so try and get the best that you can afford. I myself use Krieger luggage and I have for many years now with nil issues. If you want some more info on that, I will link some other videos down below in this video's description. So you've got your luggage system all sorted, now it's time to start packing. And in my opinion, it's best to start off with all of the essentials, the things that you cannot go without. Now starting off, water is obviously one of the most important things to pack on any adventure. Obviously the amount needed will change depending on your time away from any civilization, but a minimum would be a water bladder in a backpack that can hold a few litres of water. Some other items to throw in that backpack as well are some snacks like protein bars, sugary treats, or even a piece of fruit. These are some of my go-tos out on the trails. Next, you're going to want to make sure you have a small first aid kit packed with some basics. You're going to want to have a toolkit as well, including any tyre repair items and tools. Now, make sure that you only pack tools that you know how to use and ones that will actually work on your bike. A good tip for carrying spare tubes that I like to use is to pack standard tubes. Now, they aren't as strong as heavy duty tubes, but they are smaller and space is a premium when packing for adventure. Be sure also not to forget those trusty zip ties and duct tape. You never know when these can get you out of trouble. Also don't forget a tyre pump, whether that be a hand pump or a battery powered option. You'll need your phone or some other mapping device so you know where you're going. And lastly, pack a PLB or a satellite communicator of some kind, just in case things do go wrong. Now these are just some of the items that I believe to be essential. There may be items that you deem essential for your trip, but just make sure you use the criteria that I mentioned earlier. If you can't explain why you need it, leave it at home. Having a strategy when it comes to packing clothing for your adventure is something that beginners tend to overlook. Now I was guilty of this early on, and to be honest, we are in our riding gear 90% of the time. So packing a separate outfit for each day of your ride may see you end up with way too much stuff. A few pairs of fresh undies and socks is an absolute must. Nothing worse than crossing a creek or a river and having wet socks for the next couple of days, especially if it's cold conditions that you're riding in. Riding in warmer conditions makes this section a whole lot easier when you're packing for clothes, but even for cooler conditions, you just have to be smart about it. A quick example from my experience, I like to pack a puffer jacket. Now they take up very little room when you compare these to say a hoodie style jumper. As well as space saving, I also use it under my riding jacket if conditions get even colder while I'm riding, so having items packed that can do multiple jobs ticks a lot of boxes for me. Just remember to layer your riding outfit like I explained in earlier videos around riding gear. Try and avoid large bulky jackets and large pairs of shoes as well. Both of these take up a lot of space very fast. If you are doing an overnighter, you really aren't going to need a whole lot of clothes. Probably one set of spare casual clothes will get you through. Now it's time for all of those camping items. And I know not everyone is into camping off their motorcycle, which I completely understand. Sometimes myself, I do love getting a hotel or a room at a pub for the night. Usually just to avoid the cold, but motor camping can be some of the best enjoyment that you'll ever get. When it comes to my camping setup for adventure, I tend to base it all around the world of hiking. Any items that people carry on their back to go camping while hiking, generally all of these will translate into the moto camping setup perfectly. Just make sure you keep it practical. A lightweight tent with a small pack size is the best choice. There are many options, just make sure that you compare their pack sizes and their weights as well. A compact sleeping mat or a hiking mat, that should be the next item on your list. Again, make sure you check the pack size and the weight with this. You'll be surprised how quickly weight can add up if you don't check all the weights of all your items that you grab. You're also going to need a small inflatable pillow of some kind, a hiking sleeping bag rated to the temperatures that you need it to be. Obviously, the colder the climate, the larger the bag will need to be. You'll want a small cooking setup, whether that's a jet boil or some of the other cheaper options out there which do a great job as well. And you'll also need some dehydrated hiking meals or some other kind of food to take along with you. From my own experience when it comes to budget, I would say spend big on your sleeping setup if possible. If you are doing big days on the bike, you will want to get a decent sleep in between, so don't skimp on comfort, your body will thank you later. Now before you go and start packing anything, my suggestion would be to lay everything out so you can get a good visual of it all. This makes it easier to double check you have everything before you start throwing it all into your luggage bags. Set items out in separate categories such as sleeping items, food, tools and spares, and then try and pack items in a reverse order to how you would need them. Now, for example, I like to put all of my cooking items in before I place my sleeping bag in on top of them. I know that I'll be setting up my tent and sleeping bag before I decide to cook anything. Another thing I like to do is also put my spare tubes and toolkit in first, because if the ride goes to plan, all of that shouldn't need to be touched at all. Now it does seem like such a simple thing, but it really does help out once you get to setting up or if you want to grab something out during the day. A few other key things to keep in mind when you're packing. Number one, keep those heavy items down low where possible, things like tools and any extra fuel or water. Number two is basically the opposite, keep all those light items up high where you can. Things like your sleeping gear and clothing, these are all fine to have up high, they don't weigh a whole lot. And number three is don't pack too high. Make sure you avoid stacking the rear rack sky high, otherwise you'll end up being hit in the backside when you're trying to move around the bike. Just keep in mind that the higher the weight, the more it affects balance at slow speed. So try and keep all those heavy items down low and keep your bike as balanced as possible. Something that I like to do myself and something you should definitely do is before any big trip, load your bike up with all of your luggage, all of your gear, strap it on as you would for this trip and go for a short local ride. Make sure you check that the bike feels stable with this setup. Do any straps move around or come loose? And is the weight on this bike set up perfectly? Do you need to move items down lower, forward, backward? Just play around with the setup and try and get it the best you can. This should save you some of those headaches while you're out on your adventures. But over time, you'll come to know what setup works for you and your bike as well. Now, some of the common beginner packing mistakes. Mistake number one, packing just in case gear. Now, what I mean by that is if you're packing for a rare mechanical failure, maybe you need to reconsider. Just pack for the basic issues around your bike and the things that you know you can fix. Mistake number two we see is taking too many tools. Remember, you only need the tools for things that you can realistically fix while you're out on the trails. Mistake number three is overloading the rear rack. Now this makes the front feel light and vague and it will affect the overall handling of the bike. especially if the trails get tough. And mistake number 4 is not securing properly. Any straps that come loose causing the weight to shift around the bike, or even worse, having items come off the bike completely and you got to double back and go and find all of those items. So adventure riding isn't just about having the most gear or the fanciest setup. It's all about having just enough and having a setup that works for you. In this Ultimate Beginner Adventure Guide, we've covered choosing your first bike and gear, learning how to ride off-road, how to plan your rides, and now how to pack properly. Hopefully all these tips have helped you out in some way, and now the only thing left to do is go and ride. If you are packing for your first trip, comment down below what bike you're riding and where you're headed. I'm keen to read all of your comments and hear what you're all up to. And as always, a massive thank you to all of you for watching these videos. I appreciate all of the support. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it, and make sure you check out all of the links down below in this video's description to help support the channel directly with a YouTube membership. If you want to get early access to all of the videos, you can purchase a GPX file there, or even some merch as well. And don't forget about supporting all of the channel partners that keep things ticking along here and helping me bring you all of these videos. Ride safe on your own two-wheel adventures, and I'll see you here in the next one.